Hello everyone, my name is Luke Johnson and I will be streaming for you guys tonight on Twitch. This is my first stream for Pete, on my own at least. And yeah, I think everything's fine. Anyway, I'm going to be playing some PokerStars and I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, my name's Luke Johnson, I play under Clanty on PokerStars and I play from 500 to 2k on PokerStars and a few other sites, playing heads up and 6max. Also coach and run it once. Here on the 9-4 deuce, you can do a few things. I will choose to bet range, I think, but that might be a mistake. King 8 is too strong to fold in heads up, even versus big sizing. 3 deuce deuce rainbow is as low and disconnected as it can get, so 2 overcards is more than good enough to continue. Have a 1k game starting here, so let's set out the heads up. King 5, I will be defending here. And folding turn, we will bet range, and on turn we will just press call. I think there is some raising going on with some 5s, but I don't think it's king 5. I think we'd want to use other hands here, so let's just call. Folding is out of the question. Turn is 2/3 check, I will check the turn. Okay, this is a very clear bluff for 2/3. Oh, interesting spot with 8-10 here, so this is easy bluff. I will defend here infrequently. I roll to defend. I do think we are defending sometimes, basically. He calls with ace-9. Yeah, very, very fine call. I think he can even do some jamming as well if he wants to. So I think, yeah, turn is probably indifferent, and I think we have to defend at a low frequency. I rolled a 4, which is aggressive for me, and not passive. And on the river, I imagine we just have to fold and call with some better blockers. It's not a range bet in heads up, but this hand bets really often. It does function as a value bet and obviously has backdoor straights, backdoor flushes, overcard to the king, so it does pretty well. Turn will be checking. Ace-8, so we do block some wheel aces here, and we have some better jacks, but I will just say that the ace-8 will be a pure defend. And I'll probably mix / fold all the other ones, but ace-8 seems like the hand that I will choose to be stubborn with and not fold. Even though I do block bluffs, like I was saying, to the ace-deuce and ace-4, I'm still okay with it. He shoves, I fold. And ace-9, I do block 10-9, and wow, I probably have to be calling then. So what's this guy's bluffing range? Going to be low hearts. He can't bluff the ace of hearts. Yeah. He can't bluff the ace of hearts. And my 9 blocks 9-10, so I call. So I can do 2 approaches here. I can either go with a pot check or I can go with a range bet. If I was the small blind, I would pot check. As the big blind, I actually think I'm allowed to range bet if I want to. It's not that I have to, but I have the choice. If I'm the small blind though, wait a second. I'm not versus the button, I'm versus EP. Okay, I'm as misreading. I don't know how the hell I've misread this guy for the button. But alas, I have done that, and my play is still actually fine, but I was thinking I was big blind versus button there. And queen jack we just showdown. Now we have other hands to bluff with, like 10-8 is an interesting one. I think this surrenders and hopes to win, or chop. It's unlikely, but it's definitely possible. 7 of diamonds is pretty bad, because if he had 8-9 then we now lose to that. So we're asking him to have queen jack really here, or queen 10 is a really good result, but yeah, anyway, we fold. 10 I will bet, or 10 for 3. Versus raise, we can do a small amount of 3 betting. Not this time. If you're wondering why I didn't do it on 97, it's because I rolled low numbers to be aggressive. So I was thinking here before 16 or 1 in 6 times. So so the way I RNG is I think in fractions. That just makes the most sense to me. So I'll be doing something 1 in 6. And then I decide to do that 1 to 16 as opposed to 85 to 100 because it just seems more logical that way. Okay, king 10, we have small and big. We block calling range. So I will sometimes block and otherwise check. And I don't think I'm ever going to go big here because this guy's calling range is going to be flopped 10s or rivered kings if I go big. Right, if I'm going to bet river for like 17 big blinds, he needs to have a 10 or a king to call me, right? Unless he's going to have ace-3 or something. So I'm blocking 2 of those. And I unblock bluffs. You can't see the hand. So I think my hand makes sense to slow down with there. And when we check this one, we are very polarized. Turn is going to be a small check. I'm going to check. Fold this one. Flop trips, that's good. We'll go 2/3. I'm not going to bet every time here. I think that would be a mistake to bet every time. And king 5. Yeah, I don't think we're allowed to fold this at all. Yeah. I'm going to bet the turn every time. This seems like a mistake to go small though, because I'm trying to nut pedal here, right? So yeah, I think I am mixing this one. We'll check on 100. So I was thinking of sizing. I'm not going to mix my sizing here. I'm either going to go with a 2/3 only or an overbet only. And if I go 2/3 only, I'm kind of tailoring that toward my 9x. But then I'm thinking to myself, do I really care about the 9 or do I care about all the random straights and all the random 10s? This is a limped pot, so I'm going to have even 10-3 offsuit. So I'm going to have so many 10s here that I need to start putting in more money than just 2/3. And therefore, if I'm going to go with an overbet, I need to be mindful. I need to be mindful of sometimes checking. I can't always bet every single 10 for an overbet, because then my check back range is basically a 9 and it's going to be screwed over if he knows this. He raises. It's annoying, isn't it? So fold. So I rolled a fold basically. Like growing up, I always thought I wouldn't become like one of these people who would be behind with technology and softwares. Yeah, but it's fucking happened. I've definitely become behind. I'm still like using Skype, and I refuse to use Discord. So yeah, it's definitely happened. This is overbet check, we'll check, and this is a folds. And I'm also going to be leaving this table as well, because I'm going to not play 4 tables when I'm streaming. I want to try and keep the focus going. The queen 10 I'll just bet small. I can't check because I block his bluffs. His bluffing range here is going to be queen 5 of diamonds, right? That's the kind of hand class he's going to have. But I don't want to go with the big sizing because that blocks his calls to like queen 7 and queen deuce, so I think a small sizing makes sense. This is a range bet. If you have Pio Solver, run queen 6-3 versus MP and you'll be surprised. These king and queen high boards, I almost feel bad saying this on stream because it's a lot of information to give away, but these queen high boards when you're versus MP are actually really good for you with the low cards. It's interesting. This one is 2/3 check. Guess I'm going to check. I'll bet this before 25, but I'm not going to bet often here. Well, hence I'm betting 1 in 4 times. I'm just have a lot better hands. I'm going to have queen jack, ace queen, kings, aces, pocket jacks, because I'm betting range and flop. And he should even have some pocket kings in range here. Kings is not a pure 4-bet in these positions when you play in low rake environments. So yeah, it feels a bit thin to be betting turn often. And on river, I think we have a very easy value bet for a quarter pot. We can't check because we block his bluffing range to ace king, and we definitely can't go big. He must have queen 10 or jack 10, yeah, with the speed that he called. We have backdoor straights here. Let's raise it before 50. That seems okay. It's kind of high, but at the same time we have 9 high and backdoor super nuts. So, well, backdoor nuts. So I think it's okay to do. And we'll cold 4-bet this one. When you cold 4-bet, you should use very small sizings because you are facing or you are versing 2 uncapped ranges. And you haven't got much invested into the pot, so it's more expensive. So just note that. On turn, we go with an overbet check. And I think we're mostly checking here. I'm going to do this before 20. We're mostly checking here. I'm going to look at this though, because that 20 might be a bit low. This seems good for us. Going to bet the vast majority. We do river a flush. I think we actually just... Oh, we can't jam the turn, we're too deep. This is interesting. I have to go small and big here. I guess I have to go big. Going small makes no sense. And here we have to go half pot or smaller. No, half pot. I don't know actually. I really don't know. 27's too small. Yeah, I don't know. Gotta check on this roll. This is very interesting. This is definitely getting tagged to look at later. Because I actually have no idea. He checks back pretty fast. I feel very good about my hand now. I expect to have the best hand here. Going to pot, which is a bit thin, but I think exploitatively it's quite a good play. He checked back the turn very fast, so don't think I'm going to lose the hand very often. This one bets very often here, not an 85 though. So we call a 4-bet. This queen high board's pretty good for him. He 4-bets lots of ace queen offsuit and king queen suited. So yeah, this is a fine board for him. We can play some min raises, otherwise cool. I like min raising pretty often here. And here we raise really, really big. And I never call, basically. Yeah, I think that's the right play. And then we hope to see some action behind that. So here we are just going to shove. We have one sizing here. No, we have two sizings. I'm actually going to size down this time. Reason why is that I can't just jam 5-4, right? Maybe I can. Fuck, maybe I can. That might be a mistake, actually. That might be a mistake. Alright, we get a big raise. We do some 3-betting here. Don't know the frequency. I would say before 40. Call this time. This is not a nice spot. I think we have one choice in the turn. That's the jam. A lot of my straights will be re-raising flop. So yeah, I think we have one choice here. This is really ugly. I expect to get stacked a lot here. But life really does just go on. Yeah. I also, when I get like 30% equity, I just never fucking hold, or I never get there. I'm so fucking far below EV. I'm at the point now where I see 60%, I just pray to hold. And then I see 40%, and I don't even think of it like I'm going to get there. I've got a bit of mental leak with it. Although, I mean, there's no real way to avoid that. I'm really far below, so it's hard to look at it without any bias. We get a lead from El Shuerto. I think we have to play some raises here when we're sandwiched. I'm not raising very often. I'm doing this for 12. We have one of our strongest queens. This is multi-way, so you get called in small blind. My ace queens are pure squeeze. My king queens squeezing often. So I think I do have to play a lot of raises here. We are checking the turn. I think my sizing would be half pot here if I was to bet, but I'm not going to bet this hand ever. I think we're kind of forced. We can't sit here with queen jack and only call. I don't believe. Versus a 1/3 lead when we're sandwiched behind. I believe we'd have to raise this hand sometimes with flop, and that's what I've done. But now when we get 2 calls, we're just kind of... We're done. I don't think we put any more money in unless the river is a deuce of hearts and he bets 1/3. Unless the deuce of hearts. Ah, that would have been a good clip. Alright, well now I think we have to... Oh, so bet, raise, call, check, check. I think the only play here is to bet 1/3. I think this is the right play. Do I think I'm balanced here? No. I think I don't have many bluffs. Feels really hard to find bluffs here. I would chicken out. Works out though. Alright, let's try and focus for the last... I'm going to play for another half an hour. So let's try and get some interesting spots. I think I've just been rambling a lot for the last hour. And maybe not playing too much. Calling this time. 8s, I guess I'll call here. This is interesting. So what do I have to bluff here? 7-6. Yeah, and then this, right? Yeah, I have to bluff this one. What else do I have? I have some ace jack. And then ace queen with a diamond. And then 7-6. So yeah, I feel pretty good. I get jammed off fine. But yeah, I feel like when he bets half pot here, I'm struggling to find defends that don't connect with the king. Obviously I have a lot of defends, but then on the king everything gets there. King queen, king jack, queen jack, 2 diamonds. So yeah, I'm left with a few bluffs. Here we do this and this, and I'll do it before 50, check this time. Here we go, half pots. I think checking very often here actually. Seems good. I 2/3 check this one. I actually bet fairly often here. Okay, so we check. I think turn is just going to be a, well, pot then surely, and then I can't bet. Doesn't really make sense to go smaller. Aces, we go with the 2/3. I don't know on frequency. I'm going to do it every time. This might be a mistake, but I think that's okay. Showdown, I expect to win against ace 7 of diamonds. 6s, wow, I'm surprised he had that hand. I think that's definitely a mistake from him. He definitely should value bet the river there. I think like he can have slow plays, but 6s is not going to be a slow play there. Well, quote unquote slow play. Like what I mean is you have a hand that's strong enough to bet, but you choose not to bet it due to unblocking bluffs or blocking the calls. 6s is not doing that. So I think 6s would not be a hand you want to slow play. But if you had, for example, pocket 9s, exactly, that blocks my calling range, then you'd want to slow play that hand instead. Am I getting raised here? Four betting, not this time. Here we go 1/3. We have a double gut shot, but ace of clubs is not great. Let's say before 40. We have lots of other hands to use first. turn is 2/3. I do not like using this hand. Again, we have so many other hands to be using here. Like using random ace 3s is quite good. Ace queen, I'm actually just not going to bet. I don't think I want to use this hand ever. Here we get raised, which is nice. No leads. Ah, this is so annoying, but I just definitely can't fold. This is such a good blocker here. So is this. Fuck my life. Such an annoying spot. It's never bluffed, but I have to call. It's frustrating, that one. My blockers are really good there. Got to look at that one. I don't know. Maybe I'm actually wrong in that spot. I'm willing to be wrong there. I don't think I'm supposed to be 4-betting this hand at this stack depth. Let's do it very infrequently. Let's say before 16. Flop. Let's end the stream with a bang. And that bang not being me getting banged out. Me banging him out would be the preferred way of that happening. I just will call here. He's also supposed to be sizing up this flop, I think, as well. I mean, 1/3 is fine, but I think you're supposed to go bigger. We're just calling here. I'm not Hollywooding, but honestly, if I'm sitting here with Queen Jack, I'm working this shit out. So, gonna take my time. Phenomenal run out. I don't want to jinx it here, but I think we are stacking El Shuerto. I don't think I'm ever losing this hand if he jams, ever. He would never play jacks this way. He's too good to play jacks this way. Please don't have jacks. That'd be really frustrating. I think we're going to win. Yep, nice. Kind of felt it. We did the banging. Is that against TOS? Maybe it's against TOS, but great. I'm happy with that. So far for my streams for Pete, I have ran bad, bad, and bad. So no, this would be the 3rd time. So bad, bad, and now good. Although today I think not been phenomenal, but definitely been, after that hand, definitely reasonable. Bet check bet versus the small blind here. I don't imagine he's going to raise. This is obviously a very scary spot for him where I have lots of ace king. This one we just range bet blind blinds. King queen, we mix a call and 4-bet. We roll the call and we call flop. There's no raising going on. There's probably leads, but I haven't studied it, so I'm not going to do it. One of the things I am working on is donking turns, but I've only been working on that in single race pots. I haven't worked on it in 3-bet pots yet. By the way, donking turn is really awesome. Lots of, like, donking turn is extremely AI, if you know what I mean. It's not very intuitive, but it's very awesome. It really allows you to understand the game on a deeper level. Very cool. Here we check and pray to God that he checks back, and even if he does, we still lose sometimes. Chopping is great. Nice hand. I'll look at the results as well. Very important. I think I'm up, but we'll see. Yeah, I was not. It was kind of meh. Started badly, made a bit, lost a bit, won a bit. Cool. If I can do 2 shout outs my own just to shield myself. There's a video on Run It Once called My Best Advice to a Low Stakes Grinder. It's a free video, right? Doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to make it. You don't have to have a subscription to Run It Once. You just need to have an account. No money is involved in the transaction. Just have an account. This is a free video. I would recommend you to watch that. And also, if you want to follow me, I have a Twitch channel. You can see I've just messaged now, Clanty on Twitch. And that's about it. Thank you for watching. I will see you sometime soon. Good luck at the tables. And I'll figure out a way to end the stream. Thank you for watching.